A robbery was staged. They left him to go, and then a robbery was staged where he was. They can build Raila to become a minister for Ruto now to agree to what they want, because the government is never ruled by the president in power.
Settle Clouds TV, empowering lives.
Let me give you two scenarios of the intelligence, how they operate. Intelligence, they are supposed to brief the president, advise the president, and make everything work in the government. But if the president becomes arrogant, combative, and he does not listen to the advice, they releases dogs to him until he's so much vulnerable. Then he will run to them. Once he runs to them, they control you. So whatever that is happening around, there's nothing that is not understood by the intelligence systems of the country. They are balancing and disbalancing, because Ruto is one person who will get the information, the right information, but ignores it. And that is not the work of the intelligence. The work of the intelligence is to make sure you toe the line, whether how powerful you are. Remember those days that Uhuru Kenyatta used to come out of State House, na naenda kukulewa huko, na ni president anajidrive peke yake. What happened there at huko kwa rugby? There is a bar there he used to go. Na kina hawa watu wa rugby.
There is Uhuru Gardens.
Rugby huko Ngong Road.
Oh, okay.
Imbara. Uhuru went sometime, he used to sneak out and go. This guy from Galileo, the owner of Galileo, used to go and pick him and go. Then one day they planned, because now it was not attainable, the man is not listening, the man is not hearing anything. A robbery was staged. They left him to go, and then a robbery was staged where he was. And since that time, he's never come out. He never came out again. He always consulted the security. And some people around him, like the guy from Galileo, were arrested and kept in for some time. And they could not even reach the president, because even the president didn't know that they have been arrested. The president was locked. That's the work of the intelligence of any nation. If you come rogue, they know how to tame you. They can even cause many people to die. And look at the situation where we had the, I don't want to insinuate it that it was intelligence, but I loudly think so. Nakumatt downtown catches fire. Then the entire government makes it a priority. Kibaki was there, Saitoti was there, and they make sure that they say they promise the DNA is going to be done, and within a week DNAs were done. And those are the days that the DNAs were done, could be finished after 2 years or 3 years. And everything was done, and then they say the electricity has the issue, whatever, and until today nobody has ever known what was the cause of the fire. Nobody has ever known. And then after, when the fire just was about, the story of the fire was about to go down, a Saliga fire comes up. And so many people dies there. Then Kibaki goes there, everybody, the nation goes there, and then they bury those people there. Remember, prior to those two things happening, Raila had gone to Kibera, with Akina Wangari, where Mother Karua, and there were huge chants, Unga, 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 Unga. And that is the greatest and the worst rebellion, kind of rebellion can be in a nation, the stomach rebellion. And it was building up. So for me, this fire and that fire tamed a little bit the Ungari revolution. And by then, Machi ikakuja, mvua ikanyesha, terere ikamea, watu wakakula. Sitaki unianze kuniuliza maswali mingi, lakini yoweka hiyo ni yako. So in any nation, security teams can do anything to make sure they control the population, they control the leadership, and also they balance the equation. They can build Raila to become a minister for Ruto now to agree to what they want, because the government is never ruled by the president in power. The government is ruled by the intelligence systems. So what happens is that if this man, Waruingi, becomes so arrogant to the intelligence systems, and I don't want to listen to you, what you'll do, you'll make me vulnerable. And then when I'm vulnerable, I'll run to you to ask you, what can I do? Then I will have caused another force to come and make sure now I'm more vulnerable and more dreaded, and I'm living in fear. Then the systems will be put to tame me forever.
If at all Raila is now in control, there was a statement here by actually on a newspaper where the president was advised by the NIS to leverage on Raila's goodwill in his government, that for him to secure, or rather to safeguard his position as the commander-in-chief, he should dance to Raila's tune by giving more, or rather fulfilling his demands to retain control of the parliament. So, according to you, do you feel that the president that we know, do you feel that eventually, ama kila kitu ambacho Raila anasema, the president will be doing it?
Now that question answers a question I tried to explain to you. Who could have manipulated the nation into the formation of the Gen Z? Why do we reach there that the entire nation was at standstill? Who could have done that so that Ruto was so scared to call Raila to come and help him? Because he was firm, very firm, on doing any dealings with Raila. Until things came out very badly. That is when now the NSIS spoke to him and told him, for you to be stable now, you need a Raila. And now what they are doing is raising the profile of Raila into the government to create an opposition in the government that will checkmate Ruto. That is period. That's the work of the NSIS. And they are in their work. They're in their office. The NSIS, they don't side with anybody. They side with the nation. How can we stabilize the nation? Look, sometimes back, nobody was interested. Nobody was really interested working with Ruto. All departments of the country, everybody was running away from Ruto because he was an arrogant Ruto, was a man who would not listen to anybody, was a man that would fight everybody and anybody. Until NSIS, no, they were not, because the work of NSIS is to control the nation, stabilize the nation, and by economically doing so, politically doing so, socially doing so. So when they fail in all these and they find it's not working, they will create an animal, they will create a monster, and this monster will cause terror to the person they want to tame. So Rita, as I told Uhuru what happened, he was so arrogant, he was going out to drink beer, because Uhuru is a man, he's a peace-loving Kenyan, who does not even imagine you are supposed to be locked somewhere because you are a president. He thinks everybody is a friend. And because this was making their work so hard for them, that they were not able to protect the president as the law stipulates, they created like a robbery somewhere, and his car was involved in the middle, and they came and rescued him. But it is them. They're the robbers, they're the rescuers, they're everything. Until that day, Uhuru was tamed. The same thing you see, Ruto has been tamed and will be tamed by bringing a disease. It is like when we had, what was this bacteria that was introduced? There's a bacteria that was introduced to kill another bacteria.
Actually, most of the time, kama wakona TB, the injections unapewa kwa mkono na one TB, so that it can prevent you from getting TB eventually.
Yes. Yeah. That is
a disease to tackle another disease.
Or maybe they bring worms to eat the other worms to be able to contain the situation. That is what they know. They create a bacteria that will eat the other bacteria. It's a man-eat-man society. It's a man-eat-man society. So this is what they have done. They have created a bacteria called Raila to eat a bacteria that is called Ruto. And then they have given more power to Raila than to Ruto. Literally what they are trying to bring down. But now there is a cartel with Ruto, and there is a cartel with Raila who takes advantage. When Mungiki became so strong, Mungiki members, NSIS was involved to magnify us. They brought us so and created terror in us that everybody feared and hated us. So when the police was advised now to crack on us, nobody was for us. NSIS will give you room. Just thrive, just go. So that they will hit, they are waiting you somewhere. And once you have been given a room and you have a leeway, you operate like you are a king. So they will control you. And they will give you some 10 people to come and lift you up and call you the king. You are the king, you are the king, you are the same people who will be advised at the right point, drop you down. And you will be left alone in the desert. Now coming from that desert, coming back, that is now where you need the people you call in size. Yes.
Bethel Clouds TV, empowering lives.